Hello, greetings, and hi. Thank you for tuning in, and it's great to have you with us. SONAX is a manufacturer that tries to stay in the conversation by occasionally releasing different fragrance variants of well-known products. Here I am holding the glass cleaner in the current new Miami Race fragrance variant. Whereas it is also the case here that it was previously, I believe, only available in 500 ml and 750 ml, and now it is also available in the 1L variant. So we get a bit more volume, a slightly better price-performance ratio. The question is, does it still work just as well as it did before? And that's exactly what we'll take a quick look at in this video. Now I can already hear some of you calling out loudly again. Wow, the manufacturer is trying to take our money again with a fragrance variant? No, definitely not. The regular glass cleaner, which always came in 500 ml or 750 ml volumes, was always priced somewhere between 8, 9, sometimes even 10 or 11 euros, depending on the source. This variant here with the Miami Race scent and a 1 liter volume is priced at just under 11 to 12 euros. Therefore, we get a really good price-performance ratio for a, if it still is, nevertheless, new scent, very well-functioning glass cleaner. Now, one can simply make such a statement regarding the price. But on this channel, we always want to take it a step further. Some time ago, we created a price comparison table for you. This is included in the so-called DetailingSchool data. It is linked below in the video description, and there we have also listed the SONAX ScheibenKlar in the new scent variant. And there you can get an overview yourself of which glass cleaners are available on the market, what they cost, and particularly how they compare with other glass cleaners in the same volume or per application. And there you can better assess for yourself where the SONAX ScheibenKlar in this new scent variant stands. First, let's take a look at the initial condition. I mean, this is not an extreme test, that must be clearly stated, but you can also hear it is definitely not clean. So we already have some dirt on it and can therefore take a good look at how well the glass cleaner works. I would phrase it differently. From my personal perspective, it's generally the case with glass cleaners that we tend to use them towards the end of the car care routine. That means after we have pre-cleaned, washed and decontaminated the car. That means we remove the coarse dirt during the wash rather than directly with a glass cleaner. Therefore, I personally find the cleaning performance of a glass cleaner to be an overrated criterion. For me, the following properties are much more important. It should remove the light dirt that we have on it. Above all, it should be processed without streaks and smears. And this should be relatively independent of how I use it, how much I spray, which cloths I use, and more importantly, it should maintain this property at all temperatures. That means whether it's cold, warm, or we have normal temperatures. Right now it's relatively cold outside here, so perfect conditions for the test. The spray head has a child safety lock, so we can't press it down, and only when we push the small latch up and turn it does it spray. As you can see, it mists very well, very finely. And now I'm going to try something else. I've now tried to mist the entire window. I'll spray a little more on intentionally. If you spray too much, it does run downwards. If you spray a reasonable amount, you see it adheres very well and nicely to the window. I already like this property. I'll quickly spray the passenger side as well. Then you might see it a bit better, purely from the camera angle. So, and now you see with the right amount, it adheres wonderfully. Only when I spray way too much does it run down very well. I already like that. It was always like that with regular glass cleaner as well. They have maintained that, well, you are now also seeing my personal method of how I clean windows, and especially how I clean them streak and smear free. I first spray the cleaner generously onto the surface and let it work. Chemistry needs time to take effect. For those who would like to see a separate video on this, I'll link it up there. The basic chemical principle is called the sinus circle. In short, every chemical cleaning process always consists of 4 ice elements: chemistry, mechanics, temperature, and time. And if I just spray a little glass cleaner or spray it onto the cloth and then quickly rub over it, then the mechanics have to do the cleaning. And so I really give the chemistry time to do what it is supposed to do. And then, this is actually the most important point of all. 2 cloths, 2 separate cloths meet, 1 window, and above all, a whole car around it. Cleaning all windows completely streak-free with just a thin glass cleaning cloth is practically impossible because the cloth eventually gets full of cleaner residues and then we just smear the cleaner residues around. And then it's logical that it won't be streak and smear free. 2 cloths. With the first cloth, I remove the cleaner residues and also work the cleaner in. And I also press relatively firmly on the glass because creating scratches on a glass pane with such a cloth is practically impossible for us. Glass is simply too hard a surface for that. Acrylic, plastic windows, that's a different story. But with glass, you can and should really press a bit harder. And you need to press a bit harder to ensure cleaning and to really remove the residues of the glass cleaner. You can already see, yes, I'm rubbing a bit of the glass cleaner residues around here, but they still evaporate very well. You can already see it on the camera there. They are already starting to evaporate. Down there you can see, oh yes, look here, very, very cool. But if I were to just let it dry now, I would have streaks. New cloth, dry cloth. I'll go over it again with this. And if the cloth now sticks and I really have to press and rub hard, then I know that I have cleaned the glass thoroughly and that there are no residues left. But this step is really important, that I take the dry side of the cloth again, wipe over it and really remove all cleaner residues. It's a bit tiring, but cleaning glass is tiring if you really want to do it streak-free and spotless. Very good. First side done. On the second side, you've already seen there's still a small spot up there that hasn't evaporated yet. So that works excellently. And I must also say, I now notice no differences compared to the old, normal, clear glass cleaner, solid, sorry, not there. In terms of behavior, drying behavior and cleaning performance, so far it looks good. Here at the rear, we now definitely have stronger dirt. And these are now also dirt stains that I personally would no longer try to remove with a glass cleaner, but rather I would really first try to wash the car. But for this test, as an extreme test, a small extreme test, we will try it now and see if the clear glass cleaner can handle it and how well it can handle it. So, scent, because that is one of the main topics of this glass cleaner, the Miami Race scent. Now, I have been suffering from an impairment of my sense of smell for a good year, but probably due to and as a result of a corona infection. Therefore, it is difficult for me to assess. In particular, I can't really tell you what it smells like. But I do perceive a smell. Whether it is sweet or perfume-like is very, very difficult for me. And I also find that it doesn't clearly smell like anything specific. It is a scent that, in the broadest sense, reminds me of a very, very slightly fruity sea freshness. So in that sense, I think the scent matches the name Miami Race. And that's why I think it's actually cool that we have a version of the windshield cleaner with such a scent variant. A very important feature of the windshield cleaner is already stated here at the front, pure water technology. It's just that when you produce a glass cleaner and bring it to the market, they are ultimately water-based cleaners. And you can do it with, well, I'll say in the worst case, regular tap water. Or you can do it with very, very, very pure water. And that is also one of the reasons why such a glass cleaner might cost a bit more than a regular glass cleaner. And this is the crucial point here. It's also one of the reasons why it works so well and so reliably. It has been on here long enough now. And then we start working here again with relatively high pressure. Yes, there was a bit more dirt on it than on the front of the window. I mean, the nice thing about this method of mine for cleaning glass, there's something on it. Those are adhesive residues. But look, even those come off. Cool, yeah. Yes, not too little. Cool. What was I actually going to say? One of the advantages of this method is that I use a lot of glass cleaner. I can also test there are more adhesives. How a glass cleaner behaves when you really spray a lot. because there are some where you end up smearing all the time, just some cleaner residues around, they don't evaporate cleanly, and that's obviously uncool. If I were to just spray the glass cleaner onto the cloth and rub a bit on the glass, there wouldn't be big differences between the individual products. It would be much harder to find out whether it's a good glass cleaner or not. Let's see. I also have some residues inside, and I'll take care of them later. Very good. Yes. I like it. I really like this glass cleaner. Really, really, really a lot. Yes, indeed. It doesn't disappoint. Even with this new fragrance variant, not at all. Now, traditionally on this channel, we always present our product favorites at the end of each year. That means theoretically, you should now wait an entire year to know how this one compares to other glass cleaners. That's why we recently had this on this channel. We created something, we call it the DetailingSchool database. It is linked below in the video description. You have access to it at any time, and there you will find more or less up-to-date information, or let's say better. Video currently features our current product favorites in each product category. And that's what I've done now. Before this video was released, I entered the SONAX clear glass in the Miami Race scent variant. And indeed, among my current favorites, the clear glass from SONAX has already been fantastically good. Oops, mirror, stay where you are. It has already been worked fantastically well. It was always reliable. Now we also have a variant here with a pleasant, special individual scent that makes the application just a bit more enjoyable. And from that perspective, I really have to say the price is right, the performance is right, the application is right, and the scent experience is right. And that's why it has now immediately worked its way into my current product favorites. SONAX, congratulations, great product, once again. If the video was helpful, insightful, exciting, and interesting for you, feel free to give us a thumbs up, support the channel with a free subscription, and tune in for the next video. Cheers.